as I started to say, some people don't... Now what? Didn't you guys see? I am trying to catch myself a snail. Hello everyone, Triggin here, and it is what? It's another wonderfully rainy day on Growler's Island, which is what I was trying... Oh, and now it stops. Oh dear. Hey, thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. And please, if you like the video, tickle that thumbs up button for me. See, now I'm just totally lost. I don't know what I'm talking about. Please subscribe if you haven't already. So here we are, back on Growler's Island. So, after the last video, I installed another mod pack, because it was, or I should say another mod, because I'd seen things in other mod sets before, and I was sort of curious about it. I was really annoyed. Oh, I did finally get our Achatina, and all the work I've been doing on that. I got the sweet tasty cakes made, and he's working out really good. Matter of fact, I should have checked him as soon as I logged in here. Wait. There was some cementing paste right there. Okay. But he works out pretty good. Now, let's see. How's his food doing? His food is confusing me completely. So I don't know if he's eating those or if they're I think they're just spoiling. And I'll get to what those are. Yucca roots, and I don't think he's eating them. But when I logged on last and looked at it, his food had actually climbed from where it was before. So he's been eating from the feeding trough. What he's eating, I'm not sure. There's just this huge debate over what these guys eat and everything. Some people saying they only eat sweet veggie cakes or tasty vegetable cakes or whatever they're called, and some people saying they'll eat berries but I don't have any veggie cakes in the feeding trough. In fact, I don't think that feeding trough will even let me put them in there. And he had a couple of mijo berries on him that I had not put on there when I last checked him. So, I don't know. I'm totally confused. But with that in mind, I was like, okay, well, getting the stuff... If I'm going to have to, make tasty cakes regular to feed him, I am not going to go down to the redwood and spend all the time and resources to build a bunch of taps just so I can make tasty cakes, just so that for that guy, just to make it easier to get cementing paste, even though we're getting a lot of cementing paste from him. Altogether, I think I'm over 400 cementing paste from him now. Let's see, is it in here? No, I think I've used some of it. And, of course, we get biopolymer, too, which is sort of pointless because it spoils. But we get enough of it. It takes a while in the freezer here to spoil. Yes, you can stick the biopolymer in this industrial refrigerator, I guess is what it's called. I thought it was freezer when I first got it, but maybe they changed it. Looks like a freezer to me. It looks like one of those, horizontal type refrigerators. So anyways, I got the mods called More Seeds. I think it's More Seeds, yeah. But it's just, all it does is add engrams so you can make different seeds. And it was one crop plot so you can make a stronger plant species X, which I think is intended for higher level game settings, like ours, although it's probably more balanced towards Anunnaki or something like that. But it also has several other things. One, actually I'll show you this one first. One is a baby redwood, which you can get sap from. I'm not going to harvest that right at the moment. I was really hoping to put that in the greenhouse, but it's just too darn tall. I would have to just build a ridiculously high greenhouse. And I think, if we get like, say, 4 of these little guys going around here, even though they're not in the greenhouse, not getting the bonus, we'll be getting plenty of sap. But it has, here are the useful ones. There are some that I don't have here because they are basically for scorched earth. So it's like a silk plant and things like that, which would be great if we could actually, make any of that stuff. But we can't, so no. So there's the pumpkin here, These pumpkins are great. I mean, you get a lot of food from them. This makes rare flowers. This makes rare mushrooms. This makes pearls of both types. Oh, I got black pearl there. Basically, the description says that there are little bugs in there that create pearls as they eat away at the tree stump. That's basically, it's the redwood tree stump. And then here's the yucca tree, which the yucca roots are supposed to be like somewhat lessened versions of the tasty cakes. I don't know if they'd work for taming more of the snails, the agitinas, or not. So anyways, as you can see, I extended this down a little bit. Gave ourselves a little bit more room in here. I took out half of the veggies we had, which we have a fair number of veggies now, so we're okay. And then fill these up. I still have 3 extra slots. I'm thinking of putting narco berries in one of them, even though, or maybe even 2 of them, even though we get more narco berries by harvesting with Achilles, but it would be nice to have some growing without us having to do much, so I might do that. And I'm not sure what I'll do with this last plot here. Like I said, I was hoping to be able to put the redwoods in here, but no go on that. But what I want to do, and we didn't do when we originally built this, let's see, let's put some doors in the back here. Actually, I should have put the doors in first. Oh well. Come on, there we go. I can actually steer my character. Oh, that went in pretty handily. Come on. There we go. And now we'll put the doors themselves in. So this way, at least we will which one is which here? That's left. Put that there. Be able to get in and out this back side here, which I consider a big plus. Oops, those are the flat ones. I want the angled ones. Do I have the angled ones with me? Yes, I do. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I'm just going to finish this up here. Come on. There we go. Find the right button. You can see I already made all the parts. I actually made extras because, like I said, I was hoping to make it tall enough. But I couldn't really tell how tall that thing was going to be when it was fully grown until it was fully grown. And it would just have to be enormous in order to house a redwood. So it's just not worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant 3 more redwood, 3 more large crop plots outside from the redwoods. I'm planting them close enough to the greenhouse that they get the water from the taps in there. So like I'll put another one right here somewhere, and then 2 more on the other side. And that should get us plenty of tree sap. So yeah, then I sort of like this. I mean, yeah, it is very cheaty in a way, but I like the fact that it makes your greenhouse, your garden, more useful again. Which, if you're not doing kibbles, and we're not because kibbles are a pain in the rear, then you know, your greenhouse, the use of your greenhouse becomes very limited. So I'm very glad to see that we have some use for it again. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get these other things planted. And then we'll BRB. Alright, so I got that all done. One thing I didn't mention though, so when I logged on, I found Bloodwing was gone. No idea what happened. Some other dinos were out of place, as if, you know, there was some sort of attack, but most likely that was just a spitter or something out there. And there was no, I mean, obviously a spitter's not going to kill Bloodwing anyways. And there was no death in the log. This is just another instance of ARK disappearing one of our creatures. I searched all over the place, and there's just no sign of him, which really upsets me. Bloodwing was a gorgeous, gorgeous bird. you know? And we did that dramatic parachute jump to tame him, and it worked out so great, and he tamed up, and now he's gone. It's really frustrating. You know, that's just a wacky problem they really need to fix. It's just awful. But anyways, we're back to this. I ended up, no matter what I did on this side, I couldn't get another crop plot to place the way I wanted it to. It kept wanting to snap because the structure's +1 snap. But for some reason, this one, even though there's no foundation, it kept wanting to snap in weird spots. So I finally gave up, and I put 3 of them on the other side. I forgot that that last I did end up on the left. The last 2 on the left, I did put narco berries in there. We'll see how that goes. It's not going to produce a lot, but even a few narco berries without having to go out and gather could be useful. But that last spot on the right, I forgot that there is another seed in there that produces a slime which is supposed to replace leech blood. Unfortunately, in order to make the seed, we need leech blood. And I went out to try to get some leech blood last time I was on, which is since the last recording. But it was so laggy. We don't know why everything was so laggy. Eek and I were both having lag issues. I don't know if it was our internet here or if it was the internet at my friend's house where the server is hosted or what. And so I decided no more Swamp Thing. I did not want to disconnect while I was flying through the swamp trying to collect leeches. I was trying to use a Galadriel just flying over the water and flaming, and I managed to kill a few leeches, but then she couldn't find them to eat them. Either that or she can't harvest leeches. Just possible, I suppose. I thought she could. But we've got all this stuff set up, and we know now that our Achatina is not starving. So I'm thinking I want to go get at least 1 more Achatina. I was thinking I should do a raft. So that we could just sail over there, get a bunch, drop them on the raft, and sail back. But you know what? It would take even longer to build a raft than it would just to fly over there and pick the things up and fly back. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's pump your health. 15,000. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to fly over to the swamp, and I'm going to find an Achatina. And we'll bring it back and we'll get it tamed up. We'll see how the yucca roots do at taming Achatinas. If they'll tame them, then that will be great. That will be a great savings in having to mess around getting tree sap and making sweet, tasty cakes and all of that jive. So I'm flying over to the swamp. I will BRBs when we arrive. All right. We're at the swamp. Boy, the cloud cover is really low today. Can't really see it from this angle so much, but it's like a cliff top. It's the cloud cover, at least it was, like right above us. I guess it started raining now again. This is the second time it's been raining today. What are you? Level 70 mammoth. Well, we're not interested in you. Okay, so we are looking for an Achatina. I think mainly where I found them is on the little islands around these rocks. So we will search these little islands and see what we can. We will look through our bird's butt and not see anything at all. It's a spitter. See, oh, see, there's an Achatina in here somewhere. We can get to it. So that's what and some people don't like it. You know, I've heard. Who am I fighting? Oh, bugs. Don't like me knocking down their trees, I guess. Oh, come on. Okay. I've been poisoned by these stupid bugs. Okay, somewhere down here there's an Achatina, because I saw it. As I started to say, some people don't... Now what? Didn't you guys see? I am trying to catch myself a snail. I do not want you bugs. Quit bugging me, you nasty bugs. He's right over here somewhere. Now, before I was so rudely interrupted, I keep trying to say that... There we go. Oh, and I've got the spyglass out, so I can't pick him up. I keep trying to say... Oh, for goodness sakes, we got him. Level 160. Oh, God. Why can't we get a nice low-level one? We don't need a 160. I really like it. Some people don't. That when you use the omniocular, anytime you zoom in on a creature like that, it gives you all the creatures around them. Now, some people don't like that because the way it's set up, the higher level the creature, the bigger the text. So you get a couple high level creatures and you can't see the rest of the stuff around there. And I've heard people complain, well, I can't see it because this thing highlights so many things. Well, to me, I look at it, well, if you can't see the name, it's so low level, who cares? But I like it for stuff like this, when you're searching for something small like this. All you have to do is zoom in on any creature, and you'll see all the creatures that are around it. And I find that very, very handy. Oops, I didn't want to go this way. I'm sitting here talking away, and I'm going, why do I have a temple on my right? That's not right. Actually, I mistook that for the blue temple. I've done that before, trying to orient myself, and I see the temple off in the distance, or obelisk, sorry. They always look like temples to me when I started playing, so I'm in the bad habit of calling them temples. And I caused Eek to have the bad habit too, so... But, I don't know what I was saying. So we got our second one here. I guess the other one... Yeah, I guess the other one's the same color. They all have the same coloring? They must have different coloring. But, basically, I think... these things will produce about 100 cementing paste, and they'll stop producing once they have 100. But they'll produce about 100 cementing paste, I think, around every hour and a half or so, or an hour and 40 minutes, or something like that. So if you're on for a while, you can collect twice. You can collect once when you log on, and then go off and do your stuff, and a couple hours later, they'll have a full stack for you again. And you're always guaranteed when you log on, each one of them... Oh, what level are you? A 90. I think she will be worth it if we can get back and take care of her. Don't go anywhere. Just... Oh, she's over the ocean. I can't trank her. Oh, man. Suppose we can nip at her and get her to fly back if we use... We use Azzy here. He doesn't do the high damage that the other two do. That's the bad thing about having high damage birds. Maybe we should team up another something and just not level up its damage at all. Just level it up for speed and endurance and stuff. That way we could use it to nip at the bottoms of things we want to follow us. So I've killed a couple of high-level things on Margaret and Cheney just because, well, I'll just nip at it here and, well, it's dead. Whoops. Didn't know it was high-level or I wouldn't have done that. Okay, so let's go in. First off, let's get some... We'll get some yucca root. Where is it? Okay. So we'll take 10 yucca root, and then I've got some tasty cakes in here somewhere. There we go. These only stack to 5, really? Wow. So 10 yucca root and 10 of the tasty cakes. I'll knock this guy out. You're kidding me. It didn't knock you unconscious? Come back here. What on earth? See, that's been happening a lot. And it's not just me. Ika's complained the same thing. I've seen Slipgator complain of the same thing, too. Yucca. Okay. Well, it seems to work. Excellent. So we don't need these stupid sweet tasty cakes anymore. What if the tasty cakes will go in the feeding trough here? I don't think they will. Nope. I don't know why this feeding trough won't let you put stuff like that in it. It's really odd. So we don't have to go through the problem of making the tasty cakes anymore, which really, it's interesting. It's still saying put food in the inventory to tame. I guess because it's paused. Actually, wait a minute. Let's give it a tasty cake. See if the timer is different on it. Just don't want to eat the tasty cake. There we go. And I'm not naming these things. Here, you can have all the stupid tasty cakes. I don't care. And you come with me. Do 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 do. Toss him in there. I didn't need to toss him actually because I've got to go in here anyways. Put her on wander so she'll produce stuff for us. We can have the tasty cakes and yucca fruits and all that. You got some yucca fruit on you. I don't care about that stuff since we're not going to need it. So, important thing to know. More seeds. Plant yucca plants. And then you don't need to make tasty cakes in order to tame these guys. Hopefully they just replace tasty cakes altogether and you don't have to muck with the tasty cakes at all. Now, I do understand they don't do the healing, but I always thought the amount of healing they did was pretty useless anyways, so who cares? That's why we got the Dino First Aid kits. But you know what? If they do healing... Wait a minute. We just leveled up Azzy's health. Let's see how much healing these things do. Because they could be... I mean, if they're even if their healing is low, they could be useful. Oh, he ate one right away. Will they automatically eat them when they're low on health? I'm not sure if that's really increasing his health or what. Interesting that the self-feeds himself the yucca fruits. I'm going to take these out, or the yucca roots, I should say. Let's see, what is this normal heal rate? So there's definitely a boost there, because you can see there are two things in play increasing his health. I can't tell. Is there somebody else I can look at? Somebody else have a level I can top up their health? You have a level. Okay, so the level in... Yeah, he seems to be healing at about the same rate. What happens if we give him one of these? Will he eat it? No, apparently he won't. Can we force feed it to him? Whoa, that seemed to give him quite a bit of health there. Hold on, hold on. We can't do anything with that. So I want to see here. Okay, 12,165 or so. So that didn't do anything for him. Didn't do anything for him at all. We can't force feed it to him. That's just really weird. But I'd swear it gave Achilles 100 points when we fed it to him. It did. But I think that's it. It's only useful for the Herbies. These guys will eat them, but they don't do anything for them. They're probably just, you know, treated as useless food. But the Herbies, it gives them 100 points of health back. That's pretty nice. That's not as good as our healing kits, but that is definitely... Hey, we learned another good thing today. Oh, hey, our 2 trees. I almost had enough sap to do the 4th one, but not quite. So we get a little bit more sap, and I can plant the 4th one. we can check this one over here and see if it's made any more. One more. I think we needed 4. Might be 6. One of the two. Boy, we are not going to have time to do the cats. So, I didn't really feel like doing it today anyways. So, we'll up his health. Yep. Gives them a nice 100 points back. That is really good to know. So, important tip. Second important tip on the yuccas. You can use them to help heal your herbivores. Your herbies. And now we've got 2 of these producing cementing paste for us. Yeah. Sweet. Let's see, how much are we short on this? Can we get our last tree planted before the end of the episode? So we need 200 wood and 50... Yeah, we need 6. Darn, I don't think we're not going to have enough. Not going to have enough. It's not going to produce it that fast that we can get it for the end of the episode. So... Yep. We need 3 more. It's alright. So that's going to be it for today. I don't know if I want to go after that cats we saw or not. Assuming it even is still there when I get around to doing the next episode. Which I am behind today, so I really need to get this next episode out. Get my Subnautica episode out for today. And also, in our next episode, we should have the holiday event starting. Which seems sort of pointless that they're starting it, 3 days before Christmas. I suppose if you don't celebrate Christmas, it doesn't really mean anything, but it seems like it's sort of a Christmas-centric event. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's a raptor claws. That's definitely Christmas. That's not Yule. That's not Hanukkah. Fairly sure there's no Santa Claus in Hanukkah. I'm not going to worry about it too much. It just seems silly that they wait until almost Christmas before they start their Christmas event. Alrighty, well that's it for today. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming to join me. And please, if you like the episode, tickle that thumbs up button for me. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we will see you in the next episode. Have a great day.